A new video of 49ers owner Jed York in court is going viral after his shocking arrest in Ohio. But the details behind how one of the NFL's most powerful owners ended up in that courtroom are wild. Here's what happened. The timeline moves fast. On Sunday morning, East Palestine police, working alongside a regional task force, took York into custody. An arrest report filed by the East Palestine Police Department notes York was arrested Sunday at 9:35 a.m. at the Wheat Hill Mobile home community. That detail alone, a billionaire sports executive picked up at a trailer park, is a big part of why this spread so fast online. According to court paperwork, York allegedly responded to an undercover ad on a known prostitution website and arranged to have sexual activity with the female in exchange for $140. He didn't just respond online, he showed up. York was arrested upon arriving at the meeting location with the cell phone used to arrange the meeting, according to the records. That phone would later matter a lot in how the charges got written up. This wasn't a random local bust. East Palestine police assisted the Manning Valley Human Trafficking Task Force in York's arrest, according to the report. Investigators from that task force had reportedly been running a sting operation in the area, and York walked right into it. According to WKBN, York responded to an ad on a known prostitution website that had actually been posted by an undercover agent with the Manning Valley Human Trafficking Task Force as part of a sting operation. He was booked and released the same day. York was booked Sunday morning and released that afternoon on a $5,000 bond. The Columbiana County Sheriff's Office confirmed to Outkick. Then, less than 24 hours later, came the moment that turned this into a viral court story. York appeared in Columbiana County Municipal Court on Monday morning and pleaded no contest to the 2 misdemeanor charges after the prosecutor filed a plea agreement. Here's what happened to the original charge. According to Columbiana County court records, East Palestine police arrested York on Sunday with a charge description of engaging in prostitution. That charge was amended to misdemeanor disorderly conduct after York pleaded no contest to that, and an additional misdemeanor charge for possessing criminal tools. That second charge, possessing criminal tools, sounds vague until you realize what it's actually referring to. According to reports, the criminal tool in York's possession was believed to be a cell phone used to reply to a prostitution advertisement. The same phone that got him arrested became the basis for the charge that stuck. The punishment came fast, too. York was sentenced to 2 days in the Columbiana County Jail with credit for 1 day served and ordered to pay $1,150 in fines. Broken down, a judge sentenced York to 1 day in jail per each count, which were served concurrently, and ordered him to pay a $150 fine under the disorderly conduct conviction and a $1,000 fine for possessing criminal tools. By the time reporters checked the docket, a court transaction statement showed the fines have been paid. Local outlets got hold of the booking photo and the arrest report almost immediately. And that's what turned a quiet misdemeanor case into a nationwide talking point. The mugshot started circulating on X and sports blogs within hours of the plea deal, stamped over and over with York's name and the words 49ers owner. Once the Columbiana County Jail photo hit timelines next to court paperwork, confirming who he actually is, the man who runs the 49ers, the story left the local news cycle completely and became a national one. To understand why this particular arrest tore through NFL circles the way it did, you need to know who Jed York actually is inside the 49ers organization. Jed York, who's been with the team for nearly 20 years, became the chief executive officer in 2010. He has served as San Francisco's CEO since 2008 and became the team's principal owner in 2024. He's family business, too. The 46-year-old is the oldest son of Denise and John York, the co-chairman of the 49ers. York also has deep, specific roots in the exact part of Ohio where all this happened. The 49ers owner grew up around Youngstown, Ohio, and attended Cardinal Mooney High School. East Palestine sits practically in his backyard. This wasn't some road trip gone wrong. It was an arrest that happened close to where he was raised. York was arrested on suspicion of engaging in prostitution near his family's home in Ohio, before pleading no contest to lesser charges on Monday, less than 3 weeks before the team's season opener. The timing is brutal for the franchise. This breaks right as training camp winds down, and the 49ers are trying to build momentum for a real playoff push. And it's not happening in a vacuum. York has a well-documented history of drawing headlines for the wrong reasons. York's distance from the 49ers' day-to-day football operations came after he spent years making unwanted headlines, often speaking to the national media and occasionally being unrestrained on social media. He's long tried to model himself on 49ers royalty, York often referenced his uncle, Eddie DeBartolo, the former 49ers Hall of Fame owner, and seemingly tried to adopt his combustible style and exacting standards. That comparison hasn't always worked in his favor. He fired head coach Jim Harbaugh after Harbaugh compiled a 44-19-1 record in 4 seasons, replacing him with Jim Tomsula and Chip Kelly, and both coaches were fired after 1 season. This isn't the first time an NFL owner's name has been tied to a prostitution case, either, and fans wasted no time drawing the comparison. In 2019, Patriots owner Robert Kraft was charged with 2 misdemeanor counts of solicitation of prostitution, but charges were later dropped, and he was not disciplined by the NFL after the league said it reviewed the matter under its personal conduct policy. The reason those charges disappeared is worth knowing. The charges were dismissed after courts ruled that surveillance video from a Florida massage parlor had been obtained in violation of Kraft's constitutional rights. Kraft went public with an apology at the time, saying he was sorry to those who hold him to a higher standard. That history is exactly why Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy jumped into this story with a sarcastic post referencing his own team's owner. "Disgusting behavior. Days like these make me proud to be a Patriot," Portnoy wrote in an X post, needling both franchises at once. The Barstool Sports founder was being sarcastic, as Patriots owner Robert Kraft was charged with soliciting prostitution in Florida in 2019 after a massage parlor investigation. Now the case sits with the league. York, 46, will be subject to NFL discipline under the personal conduct policy, with the league saying it's aware of the matter, which will be reviewed under the policy. The 49ers themselves have kept it brief. The 49ers released a statement on York's arrest saying, "As this is a legal matter, which has been resolved, we will not be providing any further comment at this time." Analyst Mike Florio's site, NBC Sports, flagged the obvious question everyone's asking. Given the perception that owners are treated differently than players, it will be interesting to see whether, and to what extent, York receives the same or similar punishment that a player would experience for the same offense. Once the mugshot and the court records got loose online, the reaction split into 3 lanes: disbelief, mockery, and outright roasting, and it came from every corner of the football world. Start with the fans, who leaned straight into franchise fatalism. One person wrote flatly, "49ers genuinely might be cursed," tying the arrest to a run of playoff heartbreak and injuries. Another piled on with, "49ers can't catch a break bro, loudly, loudly, loudly." Others went for pure mockery, with one fan writing, "Face, face, face, what a loser franchise," while a separate poster connected the arrest to a running joke about a nearby electrical substation that fans have blamed for the team's injury luck. Writing, "Even the substation got Jed York," one fan was left almost speechless, posting just this, "Wow, what, what?" Money became its own punchline. With the 49ers valued in the billions, fans zeroed in on how small York's fines actually were. One post read, $1,150 in fines to a man whose team is estimated to be $8.6 billion, while another cracked that he'd get a slap on the rest of the NFL law. Longtime 49ers commentator Ross Reed went even harder, posting that Jed York is worth $500 million and was busted getting trailer park box. That's a nasty, nasty man. Then there were the shorter, punchier takes. Analyst JP Acosta summed it up in 2 words: insane behavior. Local 49ers analyst Grant Cohn zeroed in on the timing of the arrest, joking, 9:35 in the morning, on God's day. And meme accounts had a field day. The account Pardon My Meme reacted with just "no way," pairing it with an edited image referencing the substation joke that's followed the 49ers all season. But the loudest thread running through all of it was speculation about Brandon Ayuk. The wide receiver has spent months in a public standoff with the organization, and fans immediately connected the dots. NFL fans immediately brought up Brandon Ayuk after 49ers owner Jed York's arrest added another bizarre chapter to San Francisco's offseason. The history is fresh. In June, Ayuk told the 49ers to stop running from the bill, insulted the team in a lengthy social media video, and later declared that he would not return to the facility except as an opponent. One fan tied the 2 stories together directly, posting that maybe Ayuk knew something we didn't, calling the 49ers owners creepy predators. Cohn again added to the anticipation, writing he was patiently waiting for Brandon Ayuk to weigh in about the arrest. Another fan simply imagined the receiver's reaction, writing, "Ick Brandon Ayuk looking at this expletive rolling RN." Local reporting has also zeroed in on the setting itself, noting that the town where all this happened isn't unfamiliar with these kinds of stings. Locals have said the stings, often involving decoy ads for sex, can be disruptive and frustrating for East Palestine, a town still known nationally for its 2023 train derailment, another layer that made this story spread even faster once people put the location together. As for what happens next, the legal side of this is closed. York paid his fines, served his credited time, and the docket is shut. But the NFL's personal conduct review is still open, and it's unclear whether the league moves quickly or lets this sit through the season. What's already certain is that a Sunday morning stop in a small Ohio mobile home community and a Monday morning plea deal turned into one of the most talked about stories in football, all because a piece of court paperwork and a mugshot found their way onto everyone's timeline before the 49ers even took the field for their next preseason snap.